Hi Cancer, welcome to your May 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you would like to stay up to date on when I post new content here. Cancer, I hope you are doing well. We are still in the middle of Taurus season. It is April 27th as I'm recording this. I'm trying to get my May readings done this weekend if I can. As we move into May 22nd, we have Pluto going into retrograde. Thank God we had Mercury stationing direct on the 25th. Mercury retrograde was brutal. Hope you survived okay. So Pluto's going into retrograde in Aquarius, so it's a good time of deep reflection of our personal values, the change we want to see in the world, and how we are contributing to that change that we so desperately want to see in our 3D reality. We have the new moon in Taurus on May 7th, and then we will be moving into Gemini season on May 20th. So thanks for being here, Gemini. Let's get going. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages for Cancer at this time. Ooh, first card out, Queen of Swords. Cancer, I think I may have called you Gemini, but Cancer. So I don't know what's been going on with this Mercury retrograde, but I feel like there's a new level of confidence that you have been gaining over the last few months. You are getting very, very clear, Cancer, about who you are, about what you want, what you don't want, and you are building a deep, deep level of confidence in how you communicate with others, how you communicate your needs, your wants, your boundaries, what works for you, what doesn't. If there has been any sort of insecurity that you've had about communicating with other people, with family, with friends, with coworkers, I see that dissipating in the month of May, which I love to see. And just as an aside, there's no gender in tarot. We all have masculine and feminine qualities and energies. So this is just an energy you're showing up in May, Cancer. So I love to see this. It's also like there's a dragon here. And for me, like this particular card is interesting because it is sword energy, which is air energy. But this sword looks very fiery to me. So I think like you are building a fearlessness in your confidence and in your communication. And this likely has a lot to do with coming out of the Mercury retrograde, right? I feel like the energies are going to be really supportive for you to not just communicate clearly, but I think that people are really going to understand you. And you know, like, look, the Queen of Swords oftentimes is known as the Ice Queen. And what I would say, Cancer, if you haven't already figured this out, look, people are going to receive you and perceive you and judge you based on their own BS. So you can't really let fear of how you're received stop you from communicating your truth when you know it needs to be communicated, right? Lean into it. The people who are committed to misunderstanding you, they're going to misunderstand you no matter how hard you try to be nice, kind, and respectful. So I just felt the need to say that, all right? Interesting. So we have the Tower in reverse and kind of like, it's right. I said there's fire in the sword and you see there's fires coming up from the tower, but this tower is in reverse. So what I would say is as you lean into this confident Queen of Swords energy and you start to get more confident about the way that you communicate yourself, your boundaries, you know, even cutting people off, dealing with their disrespect or their, you know, misunderstanding of you, I think that this newfound confidence, Cancer, is going to be a tower for a lot of people. Not for you necessarily. And I think that you know that, right? And maybe like if there's been any hesitation in the past, maybe that's why. It's like maybe people just got so used to you being a pushover, being the agreeable one, being easygoing, whatever they thought about you. It's like you come into May with this energy of just having the sword of truth and not being afraid to speak your truth, because you know your heart and you know that you're coming from a good place. And so you don't need to be preoccupied with the thoughts, feelings, and judgments of others. You know when it's time to speak your truth, when it's time to wield that sword of truth. And you also know that for some people, that's going to be a tower, because maybe they're not used to you showing up in this Ice Queen energy. Maybe they're used to you being super agreeable and no more Mr. or Mrs. Nice Guy is kind of what I'm hearing. But it's interesting because right after the Tower, what do we have here? We have the Ace of Cups. Isn't that interesting? And I'm getting the sense that as soon as you decide that you're done prioritizing everybody else's feelings over your own, you start speaking your truth fearlessly and unapologetically, which doesn't mean you're being mean. It just means you're speaking the truth. And Cancer, maybe you've experienced this, but sometimes people call you mean just because you're honest. And it's like, I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, maybe you're just used to me being a pushover, or maybe you're just being manipulative because you're not getting what you want from me. And because I'm showing up confidently, you're out of sorts, right? And you're upset because you're not getting what you want from me. But I am seeing that you leaning into this Queen of Swords energy is gonna bring in maybe an offer of love. But in like, yes, this could be romance, sure. But I'm getting like cutting off people and situations that are no longer aligned for you and are actually detrimental to you and your energy is what will allow the universe to bring in new energy. This could be, yes, romance, but it could also be friendships. It could be business partnerships, whatever it is, it's very abundant, right? You see that this cup is overflowing, and you can also see this lotus here, right? Lotuses grow out of the mud. So this is like telling me that maybe for a long time, Cancer, you were afraid of being too honest or too real with people because you thought that that was going to shut the door to love. And what I'm hearing is that actually by you being more authentically honest and real with other people in your communication, it will show you who's been taking advantage of you and your kindness. And those people will be very clear to identify that they need to be cut off, which will make room for whatever this offer is, right? And what do we have right after that? The Magician. How do you get your power back, Cancer? By cutting off people, places, and situations that are draining your energy. How do you get what you want? By saying no to everything you don't want. How do you get respect? By no longer be putting up with disrespect. People who are taking advantage of you and your kindness and your heart and your love are never going to appreciate you if you keep giving more. Does that make sense? People who already don't appreciate you are never going to appreciate you by giving them more. So it's time for you to speak your truth. Let the towers fall. Let those energy vampires fall away so that you can be open to this brand new abundant opportunity, whatever it is, depending on your situation. And finally realizing that your magic was never in doing the most for everybody. Your magic was in protecting your energy. When you cut off the energy vampires, you get that magic back for yourself so that you can actually focus it on manifesting the life of your dreams. I love that for you, Cancer. I know like a lot of I feel like the last couple of months, the readings have been about you kind of grappling with being seen as the nice one. People expecting you to be easygoing, easy to manipulate, being the doormat, right? And I just think that time is over, and it's time for you to lean into your confidence and your magic. And, you know, the people who really truly like love you and are meant to be in your life are only ever going to respect you more for communicating honestly and being clear about what your boundaries are. Ace of Cups, Magician, and then Ace of Wands. So it's like you leaning into that Queen of Swords energy and being willing to let the towers fall wherever they may be with whoever they may be brings in multiple offers. Multiple job offers, multiple love offers, multiple business collaborations. Simply by you speaking your truth and being willing to let the chips fall, the towers fall where they may. You get your magic back. You get your mojo back. And it's interesting because underneath the tower is the Three of Cups in reverse. So this could be around friendships or romantic relationships, people that have been taking advantage of your goodness and your kindness. It's time for those people to be exposed and cut off, Cancer. Because why? You are abundant. You are beautiful, you are stable, and you know what? You did this all by yourself. And this is going to start to manifest because you are cutting off people, places, and situations that have been siphoning your good energy. Because the coin energy or pentacle energy takes the longest to manifest in the 3D reality, but you can't manifest it, right, until you cut these people off, until you let these frenemies, these secret foes reveal themselves. Because this is what you've done for yourself. They didn't do it for you. Now, they may want you to still be in that energy where you're scared to speak the truth or cut them off or like communicate a boundary because they're used to you being easy to get over on. But like what I'm getting is you're just a generous person. You're just a generous heart. And there's like a saying I saw that like, don't ever think that you got over on me because you feel like you manipulated me out of a blessing. I have a big heart and I'm a generous spirit, and you just manipulated yourself out of a good person's life. Don't be afraid to lose people that want to manipulate you and take advantage of you when you are the prize, Cancer. And what do we have next? The Sun. The Sun. You are going to manifest the Sun. All you need to do is step into your truth. All you need to do is have that confidence to speak your truth boldly, unapologetically, knowing that the people that really care about you, Cancer, they're going to support you and champion you in speaking your truth and speaking your boundaries. And you know that to be true. There's happiness on the other side of all of these frenemies, these coworkers, these, you know, romantic relationships, whoever they happen to be, these family members that thought that they could take advantage of your kindness. No, not anymore. We're not doing that anymore because it's about you and your happiness. You're a good person. You have a big heart. You're a generous spirit. People who don't appreciate that and want to take advantage of it don't deserve it, Cancer. You deserve it. I'm hearing all the love that you've been trying to give to everybody else. It's time for you to give it to you. It's time for you to make yourself happy. And again, the people that truly love you, Cancer, they're going to be happy for you. And it'll be like the happier you get, Cancer, the more obvious it's going to become who was never truly on your side. It's sad, but it's true that when you start choosing yourself, your healing and your happiness, it becomes really clear the people that hoped and prayed that you would keep forgetting your power, that wanted to keep taking advantage of you. All right. I'm going to clarify with the Wandering Star. These messages are resonating for you, Cancer, and I hope they are. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below. Tell me in the comments, I am the Magician and I am manifesting the sun. I am manifesting my happiness and my abundance. So we have the Eight of Wands over the Queen of Swords. So as soon as you decide to lean into this confidence with regard to how you communicate about yourself, about your boundaries, about your wants, your needs, as soon as you're willing to wield the sword of truth, all of that momentum, it's going to shift. If you've been feeling stuck and stagnant, how you shift your energy is leaning into that sword of truth, being willing to communicate no matter how it comes across to other people, because you know your heart, Cancer, right? Like any heaviness that you felt, any stagnancy you felt, as soon as you start speaking your truth, all of that heaviness is going to lift and you're going to start to feel the momentum shift. All right, Spirit, let's get some more cards. That's too many cards. All right. This deck is a little crazy right now. Hold on, Cancer. Sorry. I don't need 7 cards. Okay, Spirit? Thank you. I know you got a lot to say to Cancer, but can I just get like, you know, a few? There's a bird outside, sorry. 6 of Pentacles over the Tower, coming into balance in your energy, in your thoughts, in your resources. Anything that was out of balance is going to be rebalanced once these towers start falling. You speak your truth, people will reveal themselves, and all of a sudden you come into balance in all areas of your life. It's really quite astonishing, Cancer, when you choose yourself, when you speak your truth, how things start to reveal themselves. That any sort of indication you had about people that were really wishing for your downfall, it's going to become really clear, and it's going to become easy for you to know that what you said and what you did, the boundary you enacted, the truth you spoke was correct, because they'll reveal themselves. They may have been trying to play the role, but as soon as you speak your truth, and like 3 of Swords in reverse over the Ace of Cups is like, you're not going to let fear of hurting other people stop you. You're not going to let fear of disappointment or pain stop you from accepting the blessings of the universe that are rightfully yours. You are not going to continue to prioritize the feelings of other people that never prioritize yours. And by prioritizing yourself and what you want, that's how you are manifesting this Ace of Cups. All right. Okay, Spirit. Let me get a few more cards. 5 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like over the Magician is like, you're just going to gain confidence, and you're no longer going to be afraid of how people react. You're going to really be entering this era of such a level of confidence that you really are willing and ready to let the chips fall where they may. If people aren't happy with who you are, how you express yourself, the truth you speak, the boundary you set, oh well, I got magic to do. I don't have time for that anymore. It's like, I think you finally realize how much time you wasted prioritizing people that never gave an F about how that you felt. They didn't care how they were affecting you. They didn't care that they were taking advantage of you. Oh, and what do we have here? The High Priestess. A deeper level with yourself and with Spirit. This confidence is also going to build your confidence in your intuition and your spiritual gifts and your divine guidance. Again, it's like trusting yourself. Trusting that, like, I'm coming from a good place. The things that I want and desire, I deserve them. The, the things that I requests of other people are things that I am able to show up as, right? It's like you're not unreasonable. And so you start to build that confidence where you're with yourself, where you're no longer operating in fear. You're no longer prioritizing the feelings of other people who would never give an F about how you felt, that we're going to keep taking advantage of you anyway. And it confirms the inner knowing that you had, because deep down, Cancer, you already know these people had no business being in your life. You already knew that they were frenemies. You already knew that they were talking behind your back. You already knew deep down they weren't good people. And this is going to be confirmed when you start to speak your truth and you start to lean into that authority. All of the intuitive hits you had about these people that actually didn't have good intentions will be fully revealed when you start to do this. Page of Swords. Again, this is you building that confidence. And this is also you knowing, for me, since we started off with the Queen of Swords and we have the page here, to me, this is saying like, you know when you need to explain yourself and you know when you don't need to say much. And you're learning that balance of, there are some people where maybe we need to have a real conversation. And there are some people who are just going to be like, no, I'm not available. Take care. And you know that you don't have to over-explain yourself to people who are, again, committed to misunderstanding you. And so if they don't deserve that Queen of Swords energy, they're going to get Page of Swords energy. Maybe they're not going to get a response at all. This is you learning the levels. You learning levels of like these frenemies, these people that they only took advantage of me, they never supported me. They don't deserve an explanation. They already know. They might be shocked that I have boundaries now. They might be used to me just going along with whatever they wanted. But I know I don't have to communicate myself. I don't have to explain myself to people. I don't owe them an explanation. Judgment over the Nine of Coins. You are divinely supported in this confidence, in this growth, in your communication, and owning your truth and wielding the sword of truth, right? The universe is on your side. You are learning how to tap into that deeper knowing, that deeper judgment, understanding that, again, these people who are shocked by you speaking your truth and they have these towers falling because they just thought that they were going to be able to continue to take advantage of you, you now have the discernment to make this judgment call on them. And it's also the judgment of the universe, right? That like, no, these people don't deserve you. You're too kind. You have too much abundance for people who are not going to appreciate it. Interesting. So this deck has a couple extra cards. This is the Mother Star, and it's a yes card over the Sun. So I'm going to read the Mother Star just because it's a card that I'm not super familiar with. I think there are like 2 extra cards in this deck that are yes and no cards. So just give me 1 second. All right. The path that has led you to where you are today has been full of twists and turns. There may have been times when you doubted yourself and lost faith in your guides. The Mother Star appearance means you are coming to a place now where you can look back and see that every setback served a purpose and every failure taught you a much needed lesson. The strength, courage, and character you've gained along the way have made you into a unique and resilient person. It's time to step up and embody your full potential. The Mother Star holds a cup and a sword. She wears a pentacle around her neck and is flanked by wands. Her journey and soul exploration connect her in a balanced way to each suit of the minor arcana. And if she appears in your reading where you have a specific yes or no question, she represents a resounding yes. You will be happy. It's over the Sun card. Her guide, the gentle 3-eyed winged tiger, is also here to offer you assistance, vision, and strength as you embark on this new chapter of transformation. Live the full life of the mind, exhilarated by new ideas, intoxicated by the romance of the unusual. Ernest Hemingway. Yes, you are going to be happy AF as soon as you speak your truth. Let the chips fall where they may, Cancer. Lots of love to you. I hope these messages resonated for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know that you are the magician and you are manifesting your abundance and your happiness You deserve all good things, Cancer. I love this for you. All right, can I get a card for Cancer from the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle to close this out? Thank you again, Cancer, for being here. I appreciate you. Oh. As the sirens go off in the background, we have Apple Tree Abundance. Let me just get the book here. This is card number 2. Thanks again for being here, Cancer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading with me, click the link below. The only way to book a personal with me is via my website. You learned long ago to attribute abundance and prosperity to having lots of money and material possessions. Yet true abundance has very little to do with money or possessions. Due to a poverty mentality embedded in your consciousness long ago, you came to believe that you didn't deserve or have the right to live a life of abundance. To experience abundance, first fully and consistently acknowledge that spirit and only spirit is the true source of your substance, supply, and support. Affirm this by repeating a few times. I now fully accept that spirit is and will always be the true source of my abundance. After each statement, pause, take a breath, and note how you feel. Apply the principle of reciprocity as much as you possibly can, which means working in harmony with the principle of giving and receiving. To do this, begin a daily practice of giving what you would like to receive. To create money, donate to charity or to someone in need, with no expectation of payback. Give your love to others, again, with no expectations of return. Express your compassion to all beings through word and action. Start every day by listing a few things you're grateful for, whether in a journal, aloud, or in your mind. Listen closely to the guidance you receive and notice how abundance begins to flow both ways. You are abundant. You are blessed. Love this for you, Cancer. Sending you lots of love and light. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.